So I am taking out the battery. So there's a bolt on here at the bottom that kind of clamps around the battery so that you can, it holds the battery in place so it doesn't jiggle around. Unlike those clamps that will go over the top, this one just, most new cars, they have a clamp at the bottom. Okay. Back down there. I probably don't need to undo that anyway, because it's connected to all that anyway. Whatever. That guy on YouTube will undo that. So always disconnect the negative side first. So you loosen that up. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Cut that out of the way. Now the positive side. Ow. Ow. That hurt? Okay. Take that out. Okay. That out of the way for now. I should be able to. Sorry, there's no handle on this thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is just a regular lead acid battery. The lead acid batteries come with this blanket, and what this is for is for whenever the battery cracks, it will hold some of the liquid that's inside. This is not needed for the battery we're putting in. We're putting in an AGM battery. The AGM battery has this inside the battery to where if it does crack, it doesn't spill, or at least doesn't spill much. This is a flooded battery. So I'm just gonna come over here. On the side, you can see the level of the acid inside the battery. You wouldn't be able to do this on an AGM battery, which is what I'm putting in. I'm also putting in a higher capacity battery. The capacity is the same as the exact same size that we have in the Suburban. So now whenever we have an issue with one car's battery, we can swap the batteries over and keep moving. So. Oh, a phone tag. Yeah.
Because they're the same?
Yeah, they're the same.
It's great.
Let me go get the other battery.
He's 13. Oh, bro. Look at you. Oh, new battery.
New battery. Okay. So this is the new battery. An Everstart AGM battery from Walmart. The reason why I get my batteries at Walmart is because there's Walmarts everywhere. So if something happens to the battery, I need to exchange it, there's a Walmart nearby, everywhere. I can't say that of any of the auto parts stores, even though there is a lot of them. Okay, let's get this sucker in. And before you install your battery, charge it first. Make sure it's charged. When I got the battery was at 12.68 volts. After I charged the battery, it was at 13.14 volts. When I first got the battery, it would definitely start the car, most likely. But it's better to charge the battery first to where you know when it's charged. This date on the battery, this 11/23, this is the month and year when the battery was last charged. It is not the manufacturing date. The manufacturing date is stamped onto the battery somewhere in the plastic. No telling where. I don't see it, but where it's at. But yeah, it's usually stamped onto the plastic. That's the last charge date. It is not the manufacturing date. So let's install this sucker. So, and what I like about the battery, this has handles. I can easily grab it. Get this. Here. Come on.
Mommy, you can walk over here.
Okay.
Our charge fast.
I have to get this. Get in there. I'm gonna get the bolt is installed. Now we can reconnect the battery. When you reconnect the battery, install the positive side first. Yeah, so when you install the battery, put the positive side first. Like that. Wiggle till it. Hold on, let me go get a screwdriver. Just loosening up this clamp just a little bit. I just want to get it to where it fits further down on its post. Because the posts are slightly tapered. That's wrong way. Okay. And the same for the negative. Same with the negative. Makes a little spark, but don't worry about that. Everything reconnecting. And don't try to over torque it. It's not worth your life. Okay. Everything is good. Let's see if I can put this onto here. Fit? Oh, that was the negative. So these are the factory battery covers. They actually still fit. So I'm gonna reuse them instead of using the ones from the new battery. Okay, now you think this is done, but no, there's more. Since this is a newer car, you actually have to program the car for this battery. No, really, you have to program the car for the battery. So I bought this handy dandy dongle. This is a Volkswagen car, so this is an OBD11, and I installed the OBD11 VAG software specifically for Volkswagen cars onto my phone. And so now I need to plug this in and program the car for that battery. Like it's called adapting the battery. So this goes into your OBD2 port. Okay. Okay, it's connecting. Do not unplug the car while updating. Okay, update it. Every new device, electronic device has to get an update. It'll take 2 minutes. So, with newer cars, when you change out the battery, you have to adapt you have to do an adaptation of the battery to the car. And especially if you changed it to like a different type of battery, or you change the size of the battery, like the capacity, then you need to adapt it for sure. Oh, device update. Okay, cool. Connecting. This is my first time using this Bluetooth dongle, so it's a lot of setup right now. If I already had it set up before, it would probably already be done. Okay, yeah. So right now it is scanning for all the faults, and I mean it's found 16 faults so far, but most of this is because the battery was low. I mean, it's scanning the driver door, steering, I mean, all this stuff. But it's probably all going to go away once this is finished.
How are you inviting?
So this is what's in the battery right now.
Stayed away. The truck thing.
And I need to change all this. So I need to change all this. So let me go see what all this stuff. So I programmed in all of the information. Let's go inside. Okay. It is adapted, I think. Adaptation accepted. Okay. Okay, and that's done. So back. And now we can turn this off. Actually, let's leave it on. Okay, so it's on, and we're gonna turn this. Oh, hold on. That turn. Okay, it's on, so I'm gonna turn it all the way to the right, and then all the way to the left. Back to center. We're gonna turn it off. We're gonna get out the car for 3 minutes. Yeah, so the one of the final instructions to get out and for 3 minutes, and then you can get back in the car and start it up. I guess this gives you time to pick up all your tools. Why the battery failed? There was no indication beforehand that the battery was going to fail so quickly. It was starting up just fine. The car was starting up just fine every time with no issues, and we come home from vacation and it just wouldn't start. So I charged it, it started, went around the block, came back, turned it off, and it wouldn't start again. And well, it started once, and then after that it wouldn't start again. So, but now we have a new battery, so let's go. I want to see how. Yeah. So we're doing this. I'm doing this myself because if you bring the car in to get a new battery, it's about $500. This way, I paid for the battery, I paid for the diagnostic tool, and so I'm out of pocket $280, so about half. But then now I can change the battery again. I can do other diagnostics with this tool. And because this has like some other programming you can do to the car, I can change other things like the way that the doors unlock when you put it in park. I hate that, especially here in Atlanta. I don't think it's safe to have that kind of programming here in a city like this. And then I can change the way the tail lights work and other stuff. So it's a good. I guess it's a good tool to have. So it's not really any extra cost because I was wanting to buy it anyway. All right, so the last thing to do to clear out all the other error codes that came up is to drive it. They said 10 feet. So, but I don't see any error codes popping up right now. Let's turn this on. Vehicle status, no entries. So it says there's nothing there. So oh, hold on. Let's see if okay, so that worked. Okay, so that still works. Cool. Okay, let's go and see what. Let's go. Man, this feels so much different than the wagon.
Yes.
Wow, I'm so low to the ground.
Yes.
Well, I've been driving a Suburban for the past 2 weeks. And I haven't driven this since. And it just feels like a little tiny car, like a little clown car. It doesn't feel like the Corolla, where the Corolla felt like a go-kart. But this doesn't, I don't know, I haven't driven it far enough yet. There's no error codes right now, which is good. So the time needs to be corrected. big deal. Now we have our hyper mileage car back in service. Because Suburban's a gas guzzler. All the people on the road, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first thing I noticed is that the auto start stopped worked, which is good. That's a good sign. Hopefully I can get more of that to where I get some more MPGs on our daily commute to his school. Now let's see if it starts again. Oh, it starts up just fine. Last time after I charged the battery, when I came back in the driveway, it didn't want to start very well. And on the third attempt, it just didn't start at all. So it looks like it works. So let's go.